Game time 6:36. Leading off for Rehobeth. The center fielder number 45, Ethan Davis.
Right at 36 minutes late, but this one is underway, and with the first pitch, it is fouled off. Taylor-Rehobeth, Alabama, a team we haven't seen here at Eagle Stadium, getting our first look at the Alabama squad. Taking on Monroe, Louisiana. And we did have a chance yesterday to see this Monroe, Louisiana squad. They took on West Georgia, beat them 27-zip. It is wrapped by Davis to third, fielded there by Aiden Harris, and Harris goes over to first and gets the out. And there is one away. Let's get the lineup set for you.
The right fielder, number 20, Chase.
Visiting squad is Taylor-Rehobeth, Alabama. The home team is Monroe, Louisiana. Ethan Davis wrapping into the 5-3 putout for out number one. And obviously batting in the leadoff spot. Chase Trammell batting second. The three-hitter is Austin Harp. Nick Cogman is in that four spot. Spencer Carpenter hits fifth. Christian Traylor is the six-hitter. Martavius Edwards batting seventh. Gavin Cole is the eight guy. Colby Ream is batting ninth for Taylor-Rehobeth. Monroe, Louisiana has J.D. Eberts on the hill. Behind the plate, Hinton Roberts. The first baseman is Jacob White. Luke Curtis at second. The shortstop, Grant Mangrum. The outfield's got Jace Bernard in left. The center fielder is Parker Coley. And Brendan Searles is in right field. Count 3-1 on Chase Trammell. Austin Harp to the on-deck circle. Nobody aboard, one away. In blue, Alabama. In red, Louisiana. And Trammell has issued a walk. There's a base runner on for Taylor-Rehobeth.
Number 17, Austin Harp.
So aboard Harp as Trammell is at first. Nick Cogman stepping into the batter's box here in the top part of the first. It is fouled off by Harp. Let's get you updated on today's scores from here. We don't have scores from Wallace-Dothan. They've been playing 4 games each day there. And 6 games here. Of course, yesterday we had 6.5 and they had 3.5. The West Seminole-Cana, Virginia game had to wrap up here after getting rained out in the second inning in Dothan. Out of the strike zone, and the count evens at 1. One ball, one strike, one aboard, one out. Inning number 1. Harp rolling it towards third, and that's going to be let roll foul. It is a 2-strike count. Scores from here at Eagle Stadium today. Ozark beating Jolton, Tennessee, 15-zip. Quincy, Louisiana, a 5-3 winner over Cana, Virginia. Enterprise, Alabama beats West Seminole 9-5. Wiregrass Cards defeating Havana, Florida 8-5. And the game that just completed, Mendenhall, Mississippi, a 15-4 winner over West Georgia. Arm swings, misses, comes up empty, 2 gone. J.D. Eberts picking up his first strikeout of the game.
Now batting, shortstop number 23, Nick Cogman.
2 gone for Nick Cogman. Trammell still over at first. Spencer Carpenter moving to the on-deck circle. Top of the first, last game of the day. Shadow casting across Eagle Stadium. Has not quite made it out of the infield, but will shortly make its way to the outfield. 1 ball, no strikes. So in the shade, a little cooler. Still in the sunshine, a little warmer. Strike delivered to Cogman. And the count goes even at 1 each. A ball, a strike. With his lead at first, Trammell. Pitch kept in front of him. Roberts able to keep it out in front of him. That means Trammell's got to stay put over at first. And the count runs to 2-1 on Cogman. Well, looking at tomorrow's schedule, we start again at 8 a.m. We got again 6 games on tap. Walk issued to Cogman. Couple of base runners on. They are both compliments of J.D. Ebert's walks.
Now batting the designated hitter number 00, Spencer Carpenter.
And a couple of base runners on for Spencer Carpenter, the DH. Tomorrow, though, we start at 8 a.m. right back here. And as a matter of fact, Taylor-Rehobeth will start the day off, taking on West Georgia. 10 o'clock here, Chester County, Tennessee. First look at Chester County. They've been playing their games over in Dothan, so we'll have a first opportunity to see Chester County here at Eagle Stadium. On the outside part of the plate, 0-2 on Spencer Carpenter, the DH. Noon matchup between Calhoun, Louisiana and Charlotte County, Virginia. 2 o'clock, Mississippi Elite and Ozark, Alabama. That is too short. Fielded by Mangrum, goes over to first. Got a little piece of Ebert Smith, so you got a 1, a 6, and a 3 to take care of Carpenter. A couple of base runners left on. Nobody scores in the first. We go to the bottom of the inning, scoreless. Top part of the inning, a couple walks, one handed out to Trammell, the other to Cogman. Both are left on as Taylor-Rehobeth goes scoreless in the top part of the inning. We head to the bottom part. Parker Coley starting things off for Monroe. Luke Curtis batting in the 2 spot. Daniel Briard bats third. Jace Bernard in the 4 hole. Jacob White, the 5-hitter. Aiden Harris batting 6th. Brennan Searles is the 7-hitter. Hinton Roberts 8th. And Grant Mangrum in the 9 spot for Monroe. Taylor-Rehobeth has got Martavius Edwards on the hill. Gavin Cole behind the plate. Colby Ream is at first. Austin Harp at second. Shortstop Nick Cogman. Levi Blocker is at third. Outfield has got Christian Traylor in left. Ethan Davis in center field. Chase Trammell is in right. Outside with a pitch, a couple of them missing. It is 2-0 to Parker Coley. Two balls, no strikes, bottom of the first. Parker Coley starting things off for Monroe. Outside with the pitch, 3-0. Well, it is a time limit of 1 hour and 50 minutes, and for those keeping up, we are 10 minutes in. So an hour 40 till we hit the max into the strike zone. 3-1. Game that just wrapped up became our longest game of the World Series in pool play. West Georgia and Mendenhall. Wound up going about 12 minutes past that 150. Of course, there are contingencies where the 1 hour and 50 minutes is concerned. You just don't stop the game right at 150. Fluttering into left field. Parker Coley with a leadoff single for Monroe.
Now batting the second baseman, number 5, Luke.
And a base runner on as Coley gets a hit. Luke Curtis to the plate. Well, please excuse the occasional head in camera. Runner goes on the pitch, and that runner is safely standing at second. And thinking about third was Coley, but he'll stay put at second with a stolen base. One ball, no strikes on Curtis. Daniel Briard moving to the on-deck circle. Well, here on JockJive Sports, pretty standard to give you all kinds of stuff. Dixie Youth, Dixie Baseball, Cal Ripken, NJCAA, ACCC, Walter State, GCAA, South Georgia Tech, Georgia Military College, Georgia Highlands, Gulf South Conference, SWAC, Great American Rivalries. Coley off and running, and he will be easily at third with a stolen base. And now that leadoff hitter that got the single to get aboard has stolen second and third and 90 feet from home for Luke Curtis. 3-0 on Curtis. And Edwards coming in with a pitch to walk Curtis. There's a runner at first and at third.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 16, Daniel Briard.
Daniel Briard coming to the plate. And coach out of the dugout to have a conversation with Edwards. And Edwards may, well, I thought for a minute he might already be done, but Cogman not reaching for the baseball. He's got Edwards bringing him back up onto the hill. In a conversation with the starting pitcher, tells him to pick up the Rawson bag and just work out the butterflies. Pitching in front of probably the largest crowd he's ever pitched in front of. On the largest stage, World Series. So coach coming out just to settle down his pitcher. Gave up the single to Coley, walked Curtis. So Edwards back up onto the bump. Bottom part of the first in a scoreless ball game. Top part of the inning goes 5 deep. 2 base runners left on. Strike delivered, but off to second goes Curtis. So a couple of base runners in scoring position. Edwards' pitch missing low and inside, and the count evens up at 1. Scores from earlier today. Ozark over Jolton, 15-zip. I think I've done this, but I'll do it again for those who may have just joined us. Quincy over Cana, 5-3. Enterprise over West Seminole, 9-5. Wiregrass beat Savannah, 8-5. And Mendenhall over West Georgia, 15-4. When you've been here since About 7 a.m., and it's the 6th game of the day. You get a little confused as to what you have and have not done. 1-2 pitch to Briard, way outside. Goes to the screen, but base runners will hold. Coley stays at third. Curtis stays at second. Count goes even at 2 each. Pool play ends with the 4 o'clock game tomorrow at 6. Bracket play starts, and the pool champions, 5 of them will advance. We have seen teams from every pool now. Haven't seen every team. One team missing of the 20. Haven't seen Chester County, Tennessee. They played their games over in Dothan, so have not had a chance to see Chester County yet. 3-2 pitch to Briard. Out of the strike zone and the bases loaded.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 32, Jace Bernard.
And now a visit to the mound, which indicates somebody new's coming in. Second visit to the mound, so Cogman's got to put somebody back onto the hill besides Edwards. We'll have the new pitcher when we come back.
It was in 1957 when 23 members of the Alexandria, Louisiana Youth Baseball Association saw the need to change a long-held practice of 13-year-olds competing in a division with 14 and 15-year-old athletes. These nearly 24 baseball progressives envisioned a league in which teens could exhibit their talents on a field custom designed for their skill sets, with rules that would allow for a smoother transition to traditional baseball-size playing fields. It was in that year that these baseball visionaries gave birth to Dixie Boys Baseball. The program had humble beginnings, with 7 leagues formed in the first year. For 3 years, Dixie Boys Baseball only existed in Louisiana, but in 1960, Mississippi joined, in 61, Alabama. And today, there are more than 350 leagues in 11 states, more than 1,200 teams, and better than 25,000 participants in programs for 13 through 19-year-olds. When Dixie Boys Baseball turned 16, the now National Board of Directors of Dixie Boys decided it was time to grow again, and in 1973 established Dixie Majors Baseball for 15 to 17-year-olds. 5 years later, Dixie Majors added 18-year-olds. The life of Dixie Boys and Majors has been a progressive evolution, adding a scholarship program in 1984, creating Junior Dixie Boys in 1996. The year 2000 led to the development of a Dixie Boys Directors Training Course, along with a gold medal performance in the USA Baseball Tournament of Stars. In 2006, 19-year-olds were allowed to participate in Dixie Majors Baseball. 2007, a pitch count was implemented in Dixie Boys Baseball to determine pitcher eligibility. Dixie Boys Baseball is recognized nationally for its efforts in promoting a safer environment for youth participants. In 2011, a Hall of Fame was created, with the only inductee that year, appropriately, program founder Bubba Brasher. In 2013, the 15U division was created and played their inaugural World Series this year, with 20 teams participating. Yes, it is 2016, a monumental season for Dixie Boys, our 60th year in existence, and what a fitting place to celebrate. Central Louisiana, just miles from where it all began 6 decades ago. Over the years, baseball has been good to Dixie, and Dixie has been good to baseball. Players who have donned the various uniform colors and styles with Dixie Boys and or Dixie Majors have gone on to play at every level of baseball, prep, collegiate, and professional. Yet even those who have concluded their baseball careers with Dixie Boys Majors Baseball applaud the character, discipline, and professionalism emphasized while participating in America's pastime. Outstanding volunteers found at the local, state, and national level have dedicated much time and effort to providing youth with the opportunity to play the great game of baseball. Dixie Boys and Dixie Majors recognizes the ever-changing landscape of youth baseball. However, one constant will remain: molding of young baseball athletes into not only better players, but better people. We are Dixie Boys Baseball, a proud baseball tradition.
1-2 pitch The new pitcher is the former right fielder, as it is popped up by Bernard. And that's going to drop in. Edwards didn't know where it was, but Coley did. Dives in from third, was hanging around the bag expecting the ball to be caught over on the opposite side.
Now batting the second base, the first baseman, number 19, Jacob White.
And I'm assuming that was an infield fly rule that got Bernard. So infield fly rule takes care of Bernard for out number 1. Curtis goes to third. Coley comes in and scores. Briard stays over at first. Runners on the corners for Jacob White. Martavius Edwards worked 3 hitters. Gave up a hit, walked 2, and delivered 15 pitches before handing the baseball over to Chase Trammell. This isn't the only Trammell that has pitched today. Hit to second, fielded by Hart, goes over to first, gets the out of Jacob White. Curtis will come in and score. And the 4-3 is out number 2. White does pick up the RBI. Briard goes to second as Aiden Harris comes to the plate. So 2 gone, 1 on, 2 in, 2-zip Louisiana lead. It is hit to short. Cogman fields over to first with a throw. Pops out of the mid of Edwards. And Briard will come in and score. So it's an E3 that allows Harris on and Briard in.
Brennan Searles.
Popped up by Searles over near first. It is dropped, and that is a fair ball. Trammell came over. He was standing in fair territory. Actually, well, now they're going to say that it was a fouled-off pitch. And Searles is coming back to the plate. So it doesn't matter where the fielder is standing. It's where the ball went, and the ball was in foul territory. And Searles will step back into the box. Into the strike zone, 0-2. No balls, couple of strikes. Searles batting, hitting Roberts to the on-deck circle. Pitch goes inside on Searles. When you get to the second, Taylor-Rehobeth will send the 6, 7, and 8 spots to the plate. Christian Trainer, Martavius Edwards, Gavin Cole coming to the plate. Your changes defensively, by the way. Edwards went to first. Colby Ream went to third. Levi Blocker to right field. And Chase Trammell on the hill, and he's going to strike out Searles. 3 runs played in the inning. Monroe leading it by 3 as we go to the second.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6 6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Top of the second, Christian Traylor starting things off. Martavius Edwards, Gavin Cole due up in the inning 2. First pitch, a strike to Traylor. J.D. Eberts issued a couple of walks, did not give up a hit in the top part of the first. Hit to Curtis, bobbles at second, picks up, fires over to first, and will still get the out. So Traylor wrapping into the 4-3, 1 away. Martavius Edwards coming to the plate.
Martavius Edwards.
Gavin Cole to the on-deck circle. No 1 pitch to Edwards. Swings, misses, nothing in 2. Edwards started on the bump, went to first after facing 3. Getting his first at-bat here in the top part of the second. Gavin Cole is on deck, pitches outside, 1 and 2. Pool play closes tomorrow. Bracket play starts tomorrow night. On the outside part of the plate, and Edwards strikes out. Second K of the game for Eberts. This is first looking. Got Harm swinging, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting the catcher number 62, Gavin Cole.
2 gone for Gavin Cole. Colby Ream to the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss by Cole. Fouled out of play by Cole. Colby Ream to the on-deck circle. Top part of the second, couple of outs. Traylor is wrapped into the 4-3. Edwards is struck out. Eberts trying to retire the side in order. Wanted to nibble on the edges, just missed outside. And it is 1 and 2 when you get to the bottom part of the inning. 8, 9, and 1 coming to the plate. Chopped over to the third, going to his knees to field Harris. He will go over to first and get Cole on the 5-3. 3 go up, 3 go down on the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the inning. 8, 9, and 1. Roberts, Mangrum, and Coley all coming up.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Your stay in Morristown at the Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. and make yourself at home in their spacious lobby. Plenty of seating room and a large screen TV await. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast served from 6 to 10 each day, where you can make your own waffle in the breakfast room. For your comfort, you'll find kitchenettes, suites, king and queen size beds, a dining table, a work desk, and a chair and LCD televisions in their rooms. They also have accommodations for conferences, banquets, and meetings. The Oakwood room can accommodate up to 160 guests. The Cherokee room is perfect for a business retreat and can accommodate up to 80 guests. Audiovisual equipment and catering are available to make your event special. Just give them a call to check rates and book one of their meeting or banquet rooms today. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel.
Hunter Roberts taking a travel pitch and sending it straight to third and right into the mid of Colby Ream. Ream didn't have to do much, and he's got a smile on his face now. Boy, he's just thankfully held on. That had heat on it and somehow able to keep it in the mid at third. One away here in the bottom of the second. Roberts with a line out, Grant Mangrum batting with one gone. Back to the top of the order next, Parker Coley to follow. Another one into the strike zone from Trammell. Oh, and 2 on Grant Mangrum. Right-hander facing right-hander. Fluttered over in the direction of left field and right into the mitt of Christian Traylor. 2 up, 2 gone. And we're back to the top of the order as Parker Coley comes to the plate.
15, Parker Coley.
Taylor-Rehobeth, Alabama. Monroe, Louisiana. Battling in the last game of the day, second day of the World Series. Pool play consumes the better part of 3 days. And we're through the better part of 2. And about 80 minutes away from time being a factor. Into left field, the 2-out single. And Parker Coley, who has accounted for the only base hit of the game coming into the at-bat, has the only 2 base hits of the game now.
Now batting number 5, Luke Curtis.
Base runner at first for Luke Curtis. Curtis walked and scored a run in the first. One of a pair of walks. Chases a Trammell pitch outside. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curtis, a little dance step to get out of the way. Does so. It's ball 1. Daniel Briard moving to the on-deck circle. Rolled over towards third. But instead of third, it's Cogman picking it up. Fires over to first, not in time. Coley goes to third.
Now batting number 16, Daniel Briard.
And that is going to be charged as an error as well. A couple of base runners on there on the corners for Daniel Briard. Briard, the DH, walked and scored a run in the first. So 2 quick outs of the 8 and 9 guys, Roberts and Mangrum. And since Coley and Curtis has gotten on, and Curtis stolen base to second. Foul out of play by Briard. And it looks like my camera shot has gotten bumped a little bit. So we'll do a little adjusting in between innings. Getting a little more right field than anything else. I think some of the fans got a little too cozy with the tripod. Fouled away. Count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 3-run lead. Bottom of the second, Briard chops it towards Cogman at short. Fields on the 2-hopper. Able to get it over to first to get Briard on the 6-3. Couple of runners left on. Nobody scores. We head to the third in a 3-zip contest. Top of the third, bottom of the order. Colby Reams leading things off. Ethan Davis, Chase Trammell due up in the inning 2. A 3-zip Monroe, Louisiana lead. And that is floated foul by Reams. Well, my apologies, do have a little lean in our picture, but some fans draped around the tripod, so not a whole lot can be done today, but we'll correct that tomorrow. We'll block access. Count even at 2 on Reams. Into the strike zone, Reams struck out to begin the third. And there's one away as we go back to the top of the order. Ethan Davis next. Davis wrapped into the 5-3 in the first. Chase Trammell moving to the on-deck circle. 38 minutes into this one, into the top of the third. 3-zip Louisiana lead. Rolled to second. Curtis to first. And Ethan Davis, who hit into the 5-3 in the first, hits into the 4-3 in the third.
Batting number 20, Chase Trammell.
And there is 2 gone for Chase Trammell. Swing and a miss by Trammell. Trammell started in right, came to the hill when Edwards left. Walked and got the second in the first. Batting with 2 gone and nobody aboard in the third. Bottom part of the inning, it's the 4, 5, and 6 spots. Mid part of the order coming to the plate for Monroe. Fouled off over towards the dugout. Trammell stepped out. The left-hander quickly back in. 1 ball, couple of strikes on Trammell. Austin Harp to the on-deck circle. Outside with a pitch, and the count evens up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Here in the third, 7-inning game. Unless some of the mercy rules are triggered or if the time expires. And the count will run full. The inside pitch, Trammell's given the walk. Second time he's gotten a free pass to first.
Now batting number 17, Austin Harp.
Austin Harp to the plate with Trammell on. Nick Cogman to the on-deck circle.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher number 10, Holden Everidge.
Holden Everidge running for Trammell over at first. Wrapped over towards second, sliding to his knees, trying to field was Curtis. Instead, it winds up in right field. Trammell's on his way to third. He will get there easily, and Harp is over at first. Harp credited with a base hit that's got runners on the corners.
Now batting number 23, Nick Cogman.
Nick Cogman, who walked in the first, comes to the plate here in the third. He's got Harp at first, Trammell at third. And Harp immediately takes off for second. He will be there without a throw. So the tying run comes to the plate for Taylor-Rehobeth here in the top of the third. Outside with a pitch to Cogman. Another one outside of the strike zone to Cogman, 3-0. So a couple of quick outs for Eberts as he got Reams and Davis. And then runs into a little trouble, delivers into the strike zone to Cogman there. And it is 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Cogman has walked 2. So a couple of walks, sandwiching a single, and the base is full for Taylor-Rehobeth. And runners are at first, second, and third for Spencer Carpenter. And all of the damage, by the way, for Taylor-Rehobeth comes with 2 gone. Didn't have anybody aboard after the second out. They've got 3 on now. And Spencer Carpenter, the DH, who hit into the 1-6-3, fouls off the first pitch from Eberts. Christian Traylor to the on-deck circle. Another one fouled off by Carpenter. And the count runs to 0-2. So Eberts trying to get out of a wee bit of a jam here with 2 gone in the top of the third, and the base is loaded. 0-2 pitch. Delivered into right field. That's a base hit. Trammell will come in and score. Harp on his way home. Cogman heads to third. He dives in safely And Spencer Carpenter drives in 2. It was an 0-2 count, and Carpenter sticks it into right field. And Taylor-Rehobeth planting a couple of runs here in the top part of the third to narrow the gap to 1. Christian Traylor coming to the plate, but it will be after a meeting on the mound. Ebert's getting a visit from coach and his infield. Had 2 gone before walking Trammell, giving up the single to Harp, walking Cogman to load things up, and Spencer Carpenter with a big hit with 2 gone, delivering into right field to drive in a pair of runs and make it a 1-run game. First pitch out of the strike zone to Traylor. Martavius Edwards moving to the on-deck circle. Low inside toss. Ebert's 2-0. Into the strike zone, 2-1. Runners at first and third. Carpenter is at first. Cogman at third. 3-2 game. Carpenter's big hit, the 2-out single, getting Taylor-Rehobeth within a run. Bottom of the third, it's Bernard, White, and Harris. A part of the order that went 0 for 3 first time through the rotation for Monroe, Louisiana. Coming to the plate then. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up, center field. Over to make the catch, Parker Coley. Couple of runs played, though, on the Carpenter single. It's a 3-2 ball game as we head to the bottom of the third.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Jace Bernard leading off the bottom of the third, wraps it towards second. Harp will watch it sail into center field. And that is going to be a base hit, so a leadoff single for Bernard. And a base runner gets on here in the bottom part of the third. Jacob White coming to the plate, wrapped into the 4-3 that produced an RBI in the first. Aiden Harris to the on-deck circle. Spencer Carpenter 2 RBI single into right field that has cut the lead to 1. One game earlier today in Major League Baseball, that was the Cards beating up on the Cubbies by a final of 18-5. And then there's a number of games in progress. Runner takes off and he's motoring. That is Bernard, and he's safely there at second with a stolen base. In the majors now, Mets leading the Yankees 4-1 top of the fourth. Braves on top of the Nationals 3-2 in the top of the fourth. Also in the top of the fourth, Phillies leading the Padres 7-5. Bottom of the fifth, Blue Jays a 4-2 lead over the Orioles. Top of the fifth, Red Sox leading the Tigers 1-0. Pirates and Reds delayed. Top of the fifth, Marlins and Rays tied at 1. Game just underway. Bottom of the first, Rangers lead the Indians 1-0. Scoreless bottom of the first, Dodgers and Brewers. It is put into foul territory by White and out of play. And also the Twins and Royals are in the bottom of the first and scoreless. PGA, the Open, Zach Johnson, Kevin Kistner tied for first at 6 under. Two balls and a strike on White. Aiden Harris to the on-deck circle. In scoring position is Bernard. Throw goes to second. Bernard dives back in safely. Home half of the third. Not nearly as comfortable a lead. Not that 3 was real comfortable, but certainly more so than the current 1 for Monroe. Three and 1 on Jacob White. Outside and the walk is issued. White goes to first. So a couple of base runners on. We are at the 52-minute mark, so about an hour, a little less than, from the time limit to keep you abreast of where we're at there. Into Cogman at short, goes to second, or at least intended to, but that's wide. Couldn't get it over to Harp, winds up in right field, and to score is Bernard. White goes to third. Harris will take second. And Alabama committing their 6th error of the game. Brennan Searles to the plate. Still nobody out. Searles struck out in the first. He was the last out of the inning. Hinton Roberts to the on-deck circle. Pitches outside to Roberts. Lights on, but have not yet taken over the field. It's that time of day where you got the clash between daylight and the stadium lights. Throw going to third. White gets back in safely. Two balls, no strikes. Searles out of the box, now back in. Hinton Roberts to the on-deck circle. Trammell in relief of Edwards on the outside part of the plate, 2-1. U World Series, Ozark, Alabama. 20 teams here, 5 pools, 4 teams in each. And the 5 champions begin bracket play tomorrow night. In the 6 o'clock game, Pool A's winner and Pool B's winner. Then at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning, D and E winners play one another. Popped up over in foul territory. Edwards able to get it. And White and Harris will hold. So Searles flies out for out number 1.
Now batting number 11, Hinton Roberts.
Hinton Roberts, who lined out to third, stepping in. He zipped one down to third that Colby Reams wasn't completely sure he had in the mid until he looked into the mid. Into the strike zone for strike one. Here's the 0-1 offering. Floated over towards left but foul. And it's 0-2 on Roberts. Grant Mangrum moving to the on-deck circle. Top of the fourth for Taylor-Rehobeth. It will start with, I believe it starts with the 7 spot. I go back and look at my notes. I think somewhere along the line I skipped a at-bat, but I think it is 7, 8, and 9 coming to the plate. Check with the official scorekeeper in between innings. Just a little bit outside. High with the pitch to even the count at 2. White at third, Harris at second. Bernard is in. A little more breathing room for Monroe, but not much. 2-run lead here in the bottom of the third. Trammell ready to deliver the 2-2 offering to Roberts, and he'll foul it off to keep it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, after we wrap up coverage here next weekend, we're in Lumberton, North Carolina for the AA Machine Pitch and Coach Pitch World Series for Dixie Youth Baseball. And also in Atlanta. Hit towards center field. Ethan Davis will back up, make the catch. Tagging from third, White, and he will score on the sac fly from Roberts. So Monroe getting the 2 runs back they gave up in the top part of the inning.
Now batting number 1, Grant Mangrum.
2 gone for Grant Mangrum. Mangrum with a fly out to left field. He was the middle out in the second inning. Batting here in the third, Parker Coley to the on-deck circle. Out of the strike zone with the opening pitch to Mangrum. Parker Coley next. Lead back out to 3 for Monroe. Fouled away. Over towards the batting cages on the other side of the street. We were talking with Steve Sherrill earlier. They're building a huge swimming pool across the street to one side of the diamond. This is a entertainment-based part of the city here in Ozark. Fouled off again. 1-2. Caddy cornered across the street is the Civic Center. Senior Citizen Center is about a block away. Got the pool being built across the street. You got the diamond here. Got the batting cages right across the street as well. Outside, count evens at 2. So this is the spot in town where all the activities take place. Harris for a moment thinking about third, but puts on the brakes and goes back to second. Here's the Trammell 2-2 offering. And that's going to be fouled on a play as well. Well, right about this time last night, we were getting the last game of the day underway. And, of course, then we had to complete a game. So, certainly ahead of last night's schedule. That's going to find the gap. Mangrum hitting the area where nobody was. Looked like it would be the gap. Davis, a nice job of getting over and cutting it off. But still a 2-bagger for Mangrum that drives in Harris. And Monroe has responded after 2 runs played in the top part of the inning to make it a one-run ball game, responding in the bottom part of the inning and building their largest lead of the game. Back to the top of the order, Parker Coley. Couple of singles, one in the first, one in the second. Has 2 stolen bases and has scored a run. He faces Trammell for the second time in the game. First time he came to the plate, Edwards on the hill. Trammell's 1-0. High into the air, left field. That's going to be well over the head of Christian Traylor. Hits, rolls, in to score Mangrum. Headed to third. Coley throw over to the bag. Not in time, and a triple that brings in Mangrum.
Now batting number 5, Luke Curtis.
Well, and apparently Coley came in and scored 2. So I'm not sure what happened right there around the dugout. The ball may have popped into the dugout too, which gave him the additional. So it did hit an area that allows for the additional bag, and that is how Coley came in to score. So a total of 5 runs are plated in the inning. Bernard, White, Harris, Mangrum, Coley, all scoring. And it becomes an 8-2 contest as Luke Curtis comes to the plate. Coach paying Trammell a visit after a 5-run bottom of the third. And again, it's a part of the game where after a couple of runs played in the top part of the inning, you wonder, will they respond? Well, Monroe has. Luke Curtis, who walked and reached on an error back into the batter's box. 8th hitter in the third inning. Swings, misses at the Trammell pitch. And the count will even up at 1. It has been a 5-run inning. Luke Curtis trying to extend the bottom of the third. Daniel Briard moving to the on-deck circle. He reached with a walk and scored in the first. Reached because of an error and stole a base in the second. And it is 1-2 on Curtis. One ball, couple of strikes. High chopper towards Cogman at short. Got a speedy runner and won't be able to get it over there in time. So Curtis on with the infield single. And Daniel Briard coming to the plate representing the 9th hitter here in the bottom of the third. By the way, love to hear from you wherever you are watching the coverage. Want to send a shout out? Here's the number. It's on your screen, 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385. Here's what we're looking for from the shout out. Where are you listening from? Who are you shouting to, and who's the shouter? So I guess shouty, shouter, and where from. Over in foul territory, Edwards reach up and will catch the fly ball from Briard to put it into the inning, but not before 5 runs plate and 9 step into the batter's box. 8-2 Monroe. We head to the 4th.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great Diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the fourth, Martavius Edwards hits it to third, fielded there by Harris. Over to first with a throw, and we'll get the put out on the 5-3. And there's one away. New pitcher on the hill, Ty Skeldon. Now pitching for Monroe. So Everts will work a total of 3 innings. He will face 15. Strikeout 3, give up a couple of walks. Hit over to first, took a really odd hop on Jacob White, but still able to field and get the out. So Gavin Cole is out, number 2.
Number 3, Colby Reed.
And of course, Everts giving up a couple of runs during his tenure on the hill. Leaves, though, with his squad on top. 2 outs for Colby Reams. Thank you very much for the pronunciation guide. Mangrum, not Mangrum. So Mangrum. Coming to the plate. Let's see, he'll be a little later on in the game, back at the plate, of course, playing shortstop currently for Monroe. Definitely, if the pronunciations are off, need your assistance. Swing and a miss by Reams. Ream, a strikeout victim in the third, struck out looking. And that was one of 3 Ks in the contest for Everts. Fouled away to stay even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Here in the fourth, a 6-run lead for Monroe, due in part primarily to a 5-run bottom of the third. Ream swings, misses, and Skeldon quickly works the top of the fourth. 1, 2, 3 goes Edwards, Cole, and Ream. We go to the bottom part of the inning. And it is the same gentleman that began the third who will begin the fourth. Jace Bernard, followed by Jacob White and Aiden Harris here on JockJive Sports.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State.
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Number 32, Jace Bernard.
Bottom of the fourth, same guy that starts the third, starts the fourth. Jace Bernard. Bernard with a single to begin the third. We will see how he fares against Trammell in the fourth. Pitches outside. Jacob White, Aiden Harris due up in the inning as well. Shout out goes to Parker Tartar-Coley and Grant G. Money Mangrum from Sterlington, Louisiana. Thanks very much, Sterlington. That's how you do it. Who are you shouting to? Where are you shouting from? He's doing the shouting. Bernard hit by the pitch. He's on over at first.
Now batting number 19, Jacob White.
Bernard hit by the pitch. Jacob White coming to the plate with a base runner aboard here in the bottom of the fourth. It looks like Austin Harp has been summoned from second. And I thought the coach kind of touched the elbow as if maybe there was some pain in the elbow. Just speculating where Harp is concerned. And let's see if we've got somebody new going to second. Got a timeout on the field, and it does indeed look like there is a new youngster. It had been Harp. As soon as we can get a look at those numbers, we'll tell you who is now manning second. It's a 1 and a 6. That is Daniel Phillips. So Daniel Phillips will go to second, and Austin Harp will come out. And Daniel Phillips getting a few warm-up tosses. He will take a run to the shallow part of center to retrieve. Gets another warm-up toss or two in before we get back to the play. Ample opportunity for Phillips to get warmed up, because in this particular case it is considered an injury timeout.
Number 17, Austin Park moves to catcher.
Well, I guess there wasn't injury to Harp. Might have been an injury somewhere else, because Harp is now behind the plate. So if there was an injury, and what leads you to believe there might be, is that there's been ample opportunity to get warm-up tosses in. And it is elbow where the catcher is concerned. So when the indication by the coach was about the elbow, it wasn't the elbow of Harp, it was the elbow of Gavin Cole. And Cole will go out. Harp will stay in the game but go behind the plate. And that means that we need to put Daniel Phillips in the lineup in the spot previously occupied by Gavin Cole. So we anticipate that Phillips will bat in the 8th spot when that spot shows up in the Taylor-Rehobeth batting order. Bernard opens up play with a quick steal of second. Jacob White, with a base runner in scoring position, has an RBI already. A 4-3 putout resulted in an RBI in the first. He has walked and scored a run as well. Aiden Harris on deck. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jacob White. Pops up on the infield. Edwards onto the grass, makes the catch. And Bernard will hold at second. White's out number 1 as Aiden Harris steps in. A 6-run Monroe lead. Harris twice on base, twice compliments of Taylor-Rehobeth errors. They have made 8 in the game, and 2 have put Harris on. It was an E3 that got him on in the first, and E6 that put him aboard in the third. And Harris scored a run as well. Brendan Searles moving to the on-deck circle. High fly ball. That's going to be hard to catch up with, and as a matter of fact, nobody will until it hits and rolls a while. Bernard on his way home. He will score. Harris has got second easily. He will go to third and will be there standing with a triple. So Harris picks up the RBI, drives in the 9th run of the game for Monroe. And Brendan Searles, who is 0 for 2, steps into the batter's box. And it looks like Coach is coming out to get Trammell. So the day done for Trammell. There's a new pitcher coming in, the new guy after the break.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
The new pitcher is A.C. Armstrong. Chase Trammell leaves after working 3 1/3, faces 21, gives up 8 hits, walks 1, strikes out 1. And will allow thus far a total of 6 runs. There is a base runner in third. That is Harris, who would be the responsibility of Trammell. Armstrong's first pitch out of the strike zone. 1-0 to Brennan Searles. Searles struck out and popped out. Last out in the first out in the third. 2 outside of the strike zone. Hinton Roberts to the on-deck circle. Seven-run lead here in the bottom part of the fourth. We are 1 hour, 20 minutes in. Rolls to the screen. So we are currently less than 30 minutes away from that 1 hour, 50-minute mark. Three balls, no strikes. Searles awaits. High with a pitch, and the walk is issued. Couple of base runners on. They're on the corners now. 1 out in the inning. That 1 out was the fly out by White. 2 first. Edwards making the catch. Hinton Roberts, who was lined out and sent a sac fly to center field, has runners at first and third. And again, Searles not staying at first long. Thinking about coming home on the toss that got beyond Harp was Harris, but Harris gives it second thoughts. Goes back to third. Now a couple of base runners in scoring position. And 2 RBI opportunities for Hinton Roberts. Grant Mangrum moving to the on-deck circle. On the inside part of the plate, the count evens at 1 on Roberts. He lined out to third in the second. Sent a sac fly to center field that brought in a run in the third. And batting here in the bottom of the fourth. Swing, a miss, 1-2. One-two offering. High chopper towards short. Man, make that Cogman. Not going to have an opportunity to get the throw over to the first in time. And safely aboard is Roberts. It'll be an infield single that gives Roberts another RBI. Harris comes in from third. Searles goes to third. And it is now a 10-2 Monroe lead. Grant Mangrum has popped out to left. He has doubled in a run and scored a run. The double came in the third. Parker Coley, top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. An 8-run lead with 2 on here in the bottom of the fourth. Armstrong, the new pitcher, third one of the game. And the runner for Roberts, the courtesy runner, now at second. Grant Mangrum with a fly out to left field, a double, a run scored, an RBI. Pitch into the dirt from Armstrong. It goes to the screen from third. Searles will score. It is now an 11-2 game. So the wild pitch brings in Harris. Searles is in the dugout after a trip around the base path. Roberts, the base runner, over at third now. And Grant Mangrum trying to drive in the 12th run of the ball game for Monroe. That's 90 feet away in the form of that runner for Roberts. And the walk is issued, and right then got our first look at the numbers on the jersey on the guy over at third. So I can tell you that that runner is Briar Williamson. So Williamson running for Roberts. Mangrum walk to first. And we're back to the top of the order as Parker Coley steps in. Well, a little deja vu going on. Runner doesn't stay at first long, goes to second. Low and away with the pitch to Coley. Count even in one on Coley, who has singled twice, tripled once, 3 for 3. 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. Pitch is too high from Armstrong. Here's the 2-1 offering to Coley. And that almost got a piece of Coley. Coley had to do the limbo to get out of the way. Luke Arms make that Luke Curtis moving to the on-deck circle. Outside with a pitch, the walk issued, bases loaded. And it looks like that's going to do it for Armstrong. And another pitcher coming in with the bases full and one gone back in 2. Bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th. Luke Curtis stepping into the box to face Levi Blocker, the new pitcher. It has popped up to left field, and the catch made there in left by Traylor. Tagging coming home. That is Williamson. Mangrum stays at second. Coley stays at first. Curtis with the sac fly, picking up the RBI.
Number 16, Daniel Briard.
And there's 2 gone for Daniel Briard. Louisiana now with a double-digit lead. Floated over in the direction of right field, but that's going to get into foul territory. Trammell leaving the mound, and now he is in right field. Got a couple of base runners on. The significance of the two aboard is that if they both score, now there are two gone, but you've got Coley at first, you've got Mangrum at second. If they both come in and score, there is no top of the fifth. Into the strike zone, 0-2 on Briard. And you can tell by the body language, Briard not particularly pleased with the call. He's walked, ground out, and popped out. 0 for 2 with a run scored. Over into the dirt. It is chased down by Hart, but now those two runners who could keep this game from extending into the fifth are now in a scoring position. Two gone, two on. And the pitch outside to Daniel Briard. Jace Bernard moving to the on-deck circle. Count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. We are in the bottom of the fourth. Swing and a miss. Drop strike 3. Throw goes down to first and gets the out of Briard. So 2 are left on. Mercy rule is not triggered by the 12-run rule after 4, but still pressure applied to Taylor-Rehobeth because they've got to get something out of the top of the fifth, or the 10-run rule becomes an issue. 12-2 Monroe as we head to the fifth.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on his 6.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Top of the fifth, and it is the top of the order. Ethan Davis leading things off. Davis has ground out twice, once to third, once to second. Well, Rehoboth, Alabama knows the task. Swing and a miss, drop strike 3, and Davis is going to get on. So Davis strikes out but gets on. And he's the guy that could extend this game into the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting number 20, Chase Trammell.
Rehoboth has got to score a run. 1 run to extend it into the bottom of the fifth. Chase Trammell, a couple of walks in the game. Throw goes over to first, and safely back is Ethan Davis. One hour, 34 minutes into the game. About 15 minutes away from time limit. Strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 on Trammell. Trammell walked in the first, walked in the third, scored in the third. Austin Harp to the on-deck circle. Pitches just a little bit outside. And the count will even up. So all Taylor-Rehobeth eyes are on Ethan Davis. Invited foul. Davis comes in and scores. We go to the bottom of the 5th. One ball, couple of strikes. Here's the 1-2 offering, Trammell. Throw going to second, and that's an out at second, sliding right into the tag. Mangrum was just sitting there waiting on the arrival of Ethan Davis. What a throw.
Number 17, Austin
Delivered from behind the plate. Hinton Roberts just threw a laser. And by the way, it was the strikeout of Trammell to boot. So you strike out Trammell and throw a laser down to second to catch Davis stealing. And there's 2 gone with the bases cleared, and Austin Harp trying to extend the game into the bottom part of the inning. And he's in an 0-2 hole. And don't forget, game archived at its conclusion. You can watch it as often as you'd like. Want to download? They're available too. $5 each. Email us info@jockjive.com. Info, I-N-F-O, @jockjive.com. We'll get whatever games you like to you. 1-2 offering. Too far inside. Count evens at 2 on Harp. Harp has struck out and singled, 1 for 2 in the game. Stolen a base and scored a run. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Swing a miss. Harp's out. Game over. 10-run rule is implemented after the top of the 5th, and it is a Monroe, Louisiana victory by a final score of 12-2. Well, again, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Subscribe. Follow us and befriend us. Want a copy of any game? Email info@jockjive.com. 12-2 final. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Robert Williamson saying so long for all of us at JockJive Sports.